In Chapter 10.1, we're going to look at some consumer mathematics. Primarily, we're going to be looking at percentages. So here's what you will learn. How to write a percentage, fractions, and decimal numbers, how to calculate a percentage change, and how to calculate a percentage markup and markdown. The word percentage comes from the Latin per centum, meaning per hundred. A percent is a ratio of some number to 100. For example, 15 to 100 is equal to 15%. X to 100 is equal to X%. Typically, we first put the ratio in decimal form and we multiply it by 100 to get the percent. So to change a fraction to a percent, we divide the numerator by the denominator to obtain a decimal number. We multiply the decimal number by 100, which has the effect of moving the decimal point 2 places to the right, and we add a percent sign. So in example 1, we're going to convert fractions to percents. So the following ratios in part A, we have 67 divided by 100. In part C, we have 15 divided by 16. The solution to converting 67 over 100 is we divide 67 by 100, we get 0.67, and then we multiply 0.67 by 100 and we get 67. We add the percentage sign. So it's 67%. For the next problem, C, we take 15 and we divide it by 16 and we get 0.9375. Now we take 0.9375 and multiply by 100. That's equal to 93.75. Now we just add the percentage sign and we say the decimal of 15 divided by 16 is equal to approximately 93.75%. To change a decimal number to a percent, first we multiply the decimal by 100 and we add a percentage sign. So we're going to convert the following numbers: A 0.14, B 0.893, and C 0.7625 into a percent. So converting these numbers, we see that 0.14, if we multiply it by 100, we get 14%. If we multiply 0.893 by 100, we get 89.3%. And if we have the decimal 0.7625, if we multiply that by 100, we get 76.25. In general, for decimals, if we have a decimal, we can move the decimal over to 2 places and put the percentage sign in. So now suppose we want to change a percent to a decimal number. We divide the number by 100 and remove the percent sign. So for example, we want to change 35% to a decimal number. This will end up being 0.35. We want to change 69.8% to a decimal number. Obviously, that's going to end up being 0.698. And then we want to change 0.5% to a decimal number. We'll show you how to do that. So obviously, for 0.35, it's 35 divided by 100 is 0.35. We have 69.8, and we do 69.8 divided by 100, which is 0.68698. And finally, we change the fraction 1/2 to a decimal number, and we take that decimal number and we divide it by 100. Now we have 0.005. So a percent increase or decrease, or a percent change over a period of time, is found by the following formula. The percent change is equal to the amount in the latest period minus the amount in the previous period divided by the amount in the previous period times 100. If the amount in the latest period is greater than the amount in the previous period, the answer will be a positive and indicate a percent increase. If the amount in the latest period is smaller than the amount in the previous period, the answer will be negative and indicate a percent decrease. So we're looking at an example. In example 6, we have a baseball team that's most improved. In 2010, the Major League Baseball team with the most improved record for winning games was the San Diego Padres. In 2009, the Padres won 75 games. In 2010, the Padres won 90 games. So we want to determine the percent increase in the number of games won by the Padres from 2009 to 2010. So our solution is the following. We're going to use the percent change formula, where the amount in the latest period minus the amount in the previous period divided by the amount in the previous period times 100. Well, in this case, the amount in the latest period in 2010 was 90 games. We subtract 75 games in 2009 and we divide it by 2009, and then we multiply it by 100. So we had a change of 15 games out of a total of 75 games in 2009. We multiply it by 100 and we get 0.2 times 100. So there was a 20% increase in the number of games won in 2009 to 2010. Percent markup. The following formula represents the percent markup or markdown on cost. A positive answer indicates a markup. A negative answer indicates a markdown. So our formula is a percent markup or markdown equals the selling price minus the dealer's cost divided by the dealer's cost times 100. So in example 8, we're going to determine the percent markup. Holden Hardware Stores pays $48.76 for glass fireplace screens. They regularly sell them for $79.88. At a sale, they sell them for $69.99. Determine the percent markup on the regular price, and then determine the percent of the markup on the sale price. So our first question was, what is the percent markup on the regular price? So our selling price is $79.88. The Holden stores bought the glass fireplace at $48.79. And so then we divide it by $48.79 times 100. So we see that it's approximately 0.6382 times 100, which is a 63.8% markup on the regular price, on the price that the dealer actually sold. Now we're going to look at the sales price. Here, they sold it at sale at $69.99, and of course the dealer price is $48.76, and we divide by $48.76 times 100, and we see that when we do the calculations, we get a 43.5% markup on the actual the dealer costs for the sale price. Melissa Bell wishes to buy a condominium home for $189,000. To obtain the mortgage loan, she must pay 20% of the selling price as a down payment. Determine the amount that Melissa's down payment. So here the solution is 20% of the selling price, which is 0.2 times 189,000. So 20% of that is $37,800. So Melissa's down payment will be $37,800. This concludes our section chapter 10.1. We'll now talk about loans and simple interest in the next chapter.